this is Micah, and welcome to Living Life Strong, where I give you powerful tips on how you can intentionally happen to your life instead of your life happening to you. So there's a lot of debate and even shame right now around if Jesus is the only way to heaven. And I understand the issue is, it's like, how could Christians be so prideful to say that their way is the only way? And that you're not just saying that it's a way, but you as Christians, you're saying that it is the only way. And so I want to talk a little bit about that today, is how do we know that Jesus is the only way to heaven? So if you believe that you can get to heaven through good works, then Jesus would not be the only way to heaven, because there were a lot of good spiritual leaders that encourage people to do good things. But the difference is that Christianity believes that man is inherently flawed with sin, and that sin has to be paid for, and the payment for sin is death and hell. And so Jesus was the only person who died on a cross to pay for that sin. So if our sin is not paid for, then we cannot go to heaven. I mean, heaven's a perfect place, and if we have sin in our life and we go there, then we mess up the whole place. And it's not that Christians think that they're better than everybody else. In fact, we have the same issues that everybody else has to deal with, same temptations that everybody else has to deal with. The only difference is that in our relationship with Christ, as opposed to a religion through works, is that our sins are paid for. And that's one thing that no other religion has never done. Muhammad never paid for anybody's sin. Buddha never paid for anybody's sin. In no other religion is the sin of man paid for by somebody's death and resurrection. And that's what makes Christianity different. And that's why we're so bold as to say that Jesus is the only way to heaven. That's why Jesus said himself, I am the way, truth, and the life, the only way to the Father. And listen, if you believe that Jesus is a good man and that there are many ways to heaven, listen, Jesus was the Lord, like he said he was, and he was the only way to heaven, or he was a liar. He was lying to us by saying that he was the only way to heaven, and there are other ways to heaven, which makes him not a good man. Or he was crazy. He was a lunatic. Which means that he wasn't necessarily a person that we should follow either. And so he was either Lord and the only way to heaven, or he was a liar, or he's a lunatic. And you have to believe one of those three things. An incredible book to get is called More Than a Carpenter. And in that book, it goes through all of the actual historical proofs that Jesus rose from the dead. That's right, proof. It's a quick read. You're going to enjoy it. You can get it in pretty much any bookstore or on Amazon. But understanding that Jesus is the only way and why we have to commit our life to Christ, and understanding what happens to us when we commit our life to Christ is that we have a relationship with him and 100% certainty that we'll make it to heaven when we die. So have a great day, live life strong, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Don't forget to subscribe and follow Living Word on social media. We post content each and every week, and you don't want to miss out. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, our Facebook page, and our Instagram, and make sure to turn on notifications for all three, so you'll receive the latest news, updates, and content right at your fingertips.